Hello, dear friends. I am Sofia Pekishwari, yoga teacher for seniors. I wanted to ask you to do something in these times that are not very easy. I came up to the idea that we together do yoga. It is time for yoga. Let's go to this adventure. Join me in this lovely therapeutic adventure. Why yoga? Yoga is not just physical discipline. Yoga is also mental activity. Yoga basically combines those two activities. The effects of yoga on elderly people has been proved scientifically. Many positive effects on elderly has been published by now. I am also, I would say, the live proof of the benefits of yoga for all elder people. I'm doing yoga 6-7 years now, and I'm teaching yoga a year now. Everything that I check every year has been improved. Everything, my back, my blood pressure, nervous tension, calcium content in the bones, you name it. The thing, my breathing and my pulmonological symptoms have been much better. So having the experience, I wanted to share it with you. And I want you to join me in those very simple and easy exercises, both mental through meditation and mindfulness, and physical through asanas with me. There is no problem at all. You can do it at home. This house, like my bedroom, is a perfect, almost perfect yoga studio. And there is always time, since we are pensioners, there is always time to do yoga. You don't need anything else but your commitment, your will, and your bedroom. Let's start. To make things easier, because many of the poses, lying, sitting, we shall do on the bed. And we shall start with the exercising of meditation and so-called preparative part of the class when our muscles and our bones have to be heated up. We shall do that on back. So you have to create a good support for your back to be comfortable in the pose that we shall start with. I have bent my pillow to make support for the lumbar part of my back. And I sit on my bed. As easy as that. For people that can bend their knees, I suggest you do this. So position your legs by bending the knees in this so-called easy pose, or Sukhasana in Sanskrit. This is, they say, one of the best poses for mindfulness, for concentrating, for the meditation, if you want, which is the basic part of yoga practice. When we start yoga, we have to commit ourselves to it. We have to close all doors and windows, to shut the room where we practice, And to meet ourselves, close your eyes and try to enter in your body. Try to think about what's going on in my body. How do I feel? What's the position of my feet, my knees, of my thighs, stomach, chest, elbows? Does anything hurt? Is anything under stress? And breathe. Breathe as you normally breathe. Now focus your attention on your breathing. How long does the inhale take? How long does the exhale take? Do you make any breaks between inhale and exhale? How deeply breathe? Don't change your breathing, just get an awareness of what's going on. You can imagine the air flow through your body when inhaling and exhaling. If any other thoughts come to your head, just pause them, let them go, and focus again and again what's going on in your body, what's going on here and now. To be able to do yoga practice more efficiently, I suggest we try to learn the basic yoga breathing technique called Ujjayi. We shall do it according to what we can, of course, like anything in yoga. This is one of the basic principles of yoga, that anything you do up to your frontiers, up to your limits, according to what the signals that your body gives you from inside. That's why it's also important to get sensitized, to feel what your body is telling to you, to be focused on your body. The basic principle, again, of the breathing technique called Ujjayi is breathing through the nose. So your mouth is closed. You inhale through the nose, you exhale through the nose. Your inhale is a bit longer, a bit deeper than when you breathe. So when you think on your inhale, you just do this, what you wouldn't normally do when you breathe. But when you do yoga, please try. Deeper, longer, and even louder, so that you can hear how the air is coming in. Your exhale is also long and relaxing. The main point of an exhale is the longevity of the exhale. Longer than normal. and also relaxing. If you have any stress, any problem, try to think when exhaling, go away. This is basically the task of a good exhale, to have the mental effect as well as normal respiratory effect. Let's try together several deep and as long as you can inhales and exhales, with a just slight break between those two. Be aware of what's going on when you breathe like that. Be aware that your tummy and your chest is going up when you inhale, and also going down when you exhale. When you put hands like that, you can feel it, or you can feel it either this way. Your hands will go slightly forwards when inhaling and slightly backwards when exhaling. I also suggest for an exhale to try to pronounce ha with the mouth shut. So that will produce some special sound like snoring sound. This is also something that improves the effects of exhale. All thoughts are just passing. I'm not retaining them in my brain. I'm focused on breathing and what breathing does to my body. How it sounds, how long does it take? And one more. And now we shall try to connect this type of breathing with the movements. We shall start with a simple movement of circling our head. Everything that we shall do during our yoga practice will be just that, connecting breathing with a certain movement. Now, they are very simple. They will gradually be more and more complex. But I will always tell you, with inhale this, with an exhale that. And it will be very, very important that you follow these instructions. Let's start with the circling of the head. The effect of this exercise is, of course, to strengthen, to activate our muscles of the neck. We shall turn our head towards the left knee or left hand, if it is on the knee, as it is in my case. Turn the head on the left, bend the head a bit forward, so chin toward the chest. And then with an inhale, I turn the head from my left shoulder to the right shoulder. As you see, head is slightly turned to the back. And then with an exhale, from the right shoulder to the left shoulder. The movement from left to right takes as long as an inhale takes, and movement from the right to the left with the head bent down, bent forward, takes as an exhale takes. So I want complete synchronization of breathing with the movement. Let's start to implement this basic yoga principle. Synchronize inhaling and exhaling with a certain movement. By this you will multifold improve the effects of the yoga practice. Let's start together. One more circle, and when we finish with an exhale, we should change the side of circle. Relax a bit. You may change the position of your legs if you feel uncomfortable. You may even sit like that if you are tired with this position of the leg. It's important that you are comfortable so that you can strictly follow the instructions. For in this case it means bend the head over your right shoulder and then inhale and bend forwards. And exhale and head is bent towards the chest. I found very important to make those little breaks between the inhale and exhale, as well as between exhale and the subsequent inhale, because it helps you mentally to prepare for the next so-called activity or action. That was the first exercise by which we try to accept the rule number 1 in yoga practice: combine breathing with the physical activity, with emotion. Now another very simple exercise, but again the most importantly connecting the breathing and movement. It is not important how many movements we make in any particular exercise, or how long does we stay in some position. It's important to breathe correctly during the exercise. Very important. Cross our hands, put the palms on the top of our head, and then with an inhale, stretch your hands, feel and sense the stretching of the sides of your body. Be aware of what's happening. And keep hands like that for at least 2 inhale and exhale sessions. And with an exhale, put the hands back, relax. We shall do something similar with the hands, stretching the hands, but now turning our body on the right and on the head, on the left. Follow me. Inhale. With an exhale, we turn towards our right knee. With an inhale, we come back. Another inhale, and with an exhale, we turn left. With the inhale, we get back to the position, starting position. Let's do it a few times, everybody, on its own pace. You may have noticed that the instructions for inhaling and exhaling in this case was with the turning on the right. It was exhale, also turning on the left with an exhale. It is more or less a general rule when we bend. For instance, we do it with an exhale. So we first do inhale and then we bend. It's also true for all torsions and side bendings, for instance. I'm just demonstrating now. Inhale and then side bend. Also inhale and with the exhale, torsion, twisting on the right. If you have got uncomfortable after a while, please put your legs on the more comfortable position, straighten the knees, do a bit of the relaxing activities. And now we shall repeat circling, but not with our head, with our upper part of the body, with our trunk. The principle is the same. We shall do the inhale when the body is a bit back forward, and exhale when we are bent towards our knees. Actually bending backwards, sorry, I made a mistake previously. We inhale and bending forwards with an exhale. Let me demonstrate. For this exercise, I use my head, the hands, or arms. I'm also trying to activate the muscles of the arms. So they are strong, they are stretched towards my left foot. And with an inhale, and with an exhale, I'm bent forward. Inhale, I'm slightly bent backwards, and with an inhale, I'm slightly bent forward. And then we should repeat this on the other side. So now my hands are turned towards my right foot, and then with an inhale, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Breathe out. Long exhale. Long inhale. And long exhale. Once more. And the last exercise in this part of the class is bending forwards. Hands up with an inhale. Try to catch the apple from somewhere above. And then with an exhale, slowly towards the bed surface. In several steps. With an inhale, we stretch. With an exhale, we bend forward more. If you may, touch the surface of the bed. If not, you are at some limit position, border position. And when you get to your border position, you can't move further. Don't try. Just stay there and have 1 or 2 breathing circles. And with the next inhale, we slowly get back to the starting position. And for the final exercise in this position, that will be the free action. Do whatever you like. If you want, you can swim. You can try swimming. You can try another type of swimming. You can throw the ball. Do whatever your body is requesting. And this is now the end of this part of the class. I suggest we all stand up, leave our bed to rest, stand next to it, either on the carpet, lovely soft carpet that I have, probably all of you, or on the floor. For the start, we shall first do again some simple standing pose exercises. Stand in the so-called easy standing pose. We are still in the phase of heating up, activating our muscles and our joints, which is a very important part of the yoga practice, especially for the elderly people, before we try our first asans. In the easy standing pose, try, I'm not forcing you, just try to stand upright. Put your hands in front of you, stretch your hands, activate all the muscles of your hands. If somebody wanted to do this, he shouldn't be able to, so resist to the pressure. Stretch hands in front of your face, and then with an inhale, open your arms and your chest. With an exhale, arms back. Again, as much as an inhale takes, you widen up your hands, arms. And as much as an exhale takes, you go back with your arms to the starting position. Once more. Keep your arms straight and active, and then bend your elbows. Now your lower hands are parallel. In this position, do the same exercise again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Relax. I will show you another exercise that might have therapeutic effect if you are under stress. At least it helped me and it helped some of my, I call them girls, the ladies that come to my classes. Put your hands similarly to the previous position, but just bend your fingers, just leave your thumbs like that. And then with an inhale, you will do one arm at a time. But what I would like you to think is, whatever is stressing me, go away, go away, go away, go away. And then with an exhale, it's gone. Again with the left hand. Go away, go away, go away, go away. And then with both hands. Go away, go away. I'm free. I'm okay. To finish up the first part of the class, which I said is the heating type of exercising, warming up, maybe is a better term. Do whatever you like. You are standing, nobody is watching, and you are moving around with your hands, with your body, with your legs. You can do it even changing the speed of the movement like this. You can now breathe as much to the way you like. Nothing is prescribed. Your body is doing what it wants. And then slow down, calm down. Come back. It's time to start with asanas. We shall start with the standing poses. With the first standing, the basic standing pose called Tadasana in Sanskrit, which is mountain pose in English. This is the basic standing pose that provides they say, maximum stability. This is the pose that enables us to be stable and to use the least possible energy if we are doing this properly. This is the pose that enables our spine to be in the so-called inherent balance. And also all other activities in our body to have an optimal circumstances and conditions. It is very important to understand all alignments, all positions of our skeleton system, and all activations of our muscles to enable this stabilizing pose, the maximum benefit and also safety. By activating muscles the way I will show you, I will demonstrate, you will protect your skeleton and spine above everything. So we shall create basically corset, muscular corset for our spine. And that will also mean that we shall exercise our muscles. So yoga practice always gives more than one benefit. Let's start. Alignments in Tadasana. Start with your feet. You have to sense maximal stability on your feet. For achieving that, they have to be slightly open. They don't touch each other. They are just slightly open. Your knees have to face upright. So to achieve that, they are either in a slight X or just a line parallel to each other. Just under your hips. Don't do that. This is Tadasana. Feel and sense we call it roots of the toes. This part of your feet, then this part of the feet, and this part of your feet, or foot, sorry. So this region of your foot is the region that is connected with the surface. And you have to feel it, sense it. Widen up your toes, lift them, widen them to be able to feel that surface. Then activate or contract muscles of your lower leg, and then contract the muscles of your buttocks. Strong quadriceps, strong. Imagine that you have something here, some book, some block that is strong, and you have to press it. You have to press it strongly. So that feeling. You can also touch your quadriceps. It has to be strong and contracted fully. Bottom part of the stomach also contract, activate those muscles. Your gluteus muscles have to be also activated. So this and that, this part goes up, that part goes down. Do that. Don't lose activation of the leg muscles. Everything that you already did is always activated. So don't lose these muscles when doing these muscles. Everything that you have already done has to be fully under activation. This is contracted, then chest. Shoulders go backwards, far away from your ears. Chest forward. Arms are strong, pointing down. All fingers active. Your chin is parallel with the surface. Top of the head is facing the ceiling. Few inhale and exhale events in this pose. Again, activate everything from the feet to the shoulders and arms. Imagine you have brick between your upper legs. You are pressing the brick. Don't lose alignments in your stomach and in your chest. One more. Relax a bit. It is time to explain why it is so important and why I spent some time explaining you those alignments and activations of all groups of muscles. Because Tadasana is not just the basic standing pose. Tadasana is the basic pose for almost all asanas. Sitting asanas, lying down asanas. When you sit in so-called Dandasana, sitting pose, this is nothing else but Tadasana under the angle. And angle being in your hips, like you are bent in your hips. So the alignments of your bottom part of the body and upper part of the body is like when you are standing. When you are sitting, it is everything the same under 90 degrees. When you are doing Uttanasana, bending down pose, it is also Tadasana, but Tadasana under 180 or 160 or you name it, how many degrees. What I want to say, all alignments of your chest, of your stomach, of your back have to be kept when doing not just other standing pose that we shall now see, but also in other poses that we shall cover over the classes, during the classes, over the time in front of us. The second pose that is very frequently used when doing standing asanas is with the hands above your head, called Urdhva Hastasana in Sanskrit. This is Urdhva Hastasana. When you do Urdhva Hastasana, your hands are also very active. And try again to pull your shoulders back and away from your ears. Don't do that. This is proper Urdhva Hastasana. And I have strengthened my legs to the extent of my possibilities. It is not a problem that it doesn't look very straight, like when you look the photos of this asana. It's important that you try to achieve this, that your muscles are trying to do particular activity. And how it looks is much, much less important, if not important at all. With an exhale, we go down. Uttanasana, another frequently repeated pose during yoga practice, is bending forward. We bend forward, not from you don't do that with your back. Your back is like in Tadasana, so all alignments of your trunk are in Tadasana alignments. And you try to bend forward in this position. Just the angle between your lower part of the body and the upper part of the body, which now is 180 degrees, gets gradually smaller and smaller and smaller by bending forward. Put your hands in this part of upper part of your legs to feel that region where the bending takes place. So I'm not bending like that. I can bend like that however I like, but this is not the point. The point of Uttanasana is to bend forward with the trunk in Tadasana. This part, upper part of my body, is in Tadasana. I'm in Tadasana now, and as I said a few minutes ago when we were on the bed, we bend forwards with an exhale. Actually, we do inhale first and then bend forward with an exhale. And we can do it in several steps, as I did on the bed. So to some extent, and then align again, stretch again with an inhale, and with another exhale, go down a bit more, bend forward a bit more. Let's try to do it. I'm in Tadasana. All alignments, everything. I have made corset for my spine. I have secured my spine. Hands go in the front. Then this is my first border. Then I stretch a bit, and then with another exhale, I go a bit down. Then stretch a bit, then go down. And this is my border. I can't touch my toes. I can, but I have to bend. And I have to make my shoulders in the position that is completely opposite of what I want. Shoulders are always away of the ears, as much as they can. What you can also do when you are down is to slightly bend your knees if it is easier, if you feel big strain in your hamstrings or any part of your legs. So if slight, not big bending, slight bending, if the slight bending helps, please do. But don't lose your alignment. And then when I have got to the border, I do 1 or 2 breathing cycles. With an inhale, I slowly, with the bent knees and maybe my hands position like that, I get straight. And I would like to demonstrate to you one more asana from this series, which is so-called chair, or in Sanskrit, Utkatasana. Again, I'm in Tadasana, all alignments in Tadasana. Inhale, and with an exhale, you bend your knees, and like somebody wants to put the chair behind, like you want to sit on an invisible chair behind. The important thing here is that your knees don't go in front of your toes. So you bend and your border is when the knees are just above your toes. And you try to stretch your hands and to put your head straight. Your head is the continuation of your spine. And then inhale, I go back. This you can do with the help of the wardrobe or the wall. Lean on the wall, your back is leaning on the wall, and then you do this with the next leg as much as you can. And you can repeat that a few times. And by this, we shall finish exercises of the first class by the pose called Shavasana, which is also the basic relaxing pose in yoga practice. Every yoga class, even every yoga practice that you do at home or on your own, has to be finished or completed by several minutes of this relaxation in Shavasana. For this, we shall go back to bed again. Lie down, open your legs, your feet are on the side, your hands are slightly away of your body with the palms up. Close your eyes. Imagine that you're on the beach, on the sandy beach, your body getting into the sand. Relax your feet. Relax your lower legs. Relax your knees and thighs. Relax your hips. Both legs are fully relaxed. Relax your stomach and everything inside. All that you have in your stomach. Relax your back. Relax your spine. All vertebrae are relaxed. One by one. Relax your shoulders, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, and your hands. All fingers are relaxed. Relax your neck and your head. Chin, nose, and final eyes. Body is relaxed. The whole body immersed in the silence. In the silence. Feel the waves. And then slowly start moving your feet, hands. Relax in your arms. Stretch as you have just waken up. And turn on the side with your elbow under your head. And when you are ready, sit back in the pose that we started with, easy pose, with your hands in Namaste, in the praying position, and breathe a few more Ujjayi breaths. Try to get aware of how you feel. As your life energy prana being wakened. As it being evenly distributed during Shavasana. Do you feel peace? Namaste.